Day 2 of training camp, and although the offense looked to have won day 1, the defense fires back to win day 2. What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. If you are new to the channel and love talking Philly sports every single day, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and also make sure you turn on post notifications so you don't miss any videos or when I go live. On that note, if you thought that the Eagles could win both ways, and what I mean by that is win a shootout and win a defensive game, and are seeing that we might be able to do both, smash that like button. And oh, by the way, it helps this content and pushes it out to other Philly fans. With all that being said, let's jump into today's topics. So day 2 of training camps is in the books, but what have we learned? Let's start with the injury updates. Jason Peters, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside report back for padded practice. Now, we did have a maintenance day for guys over 30. Malik Jackson, Deshaun Jackson, Jason Kelsey took a maintenance day because 5 days straight, we're going to have an intense practice to catch up on everything we've been missing from OTAs and regular training camp, because in 26 days, we have a week 1 matchup with the Washington football team, and we're only talking about day 2. But let's get into some of the stuff we saw on offense, on defense, on special teams. Let's start with some special teams where we got Jalen Reagor and a fan favorite, Adrian Killins, returning kickoffs. Then we're going to switch to all the secondary, the DBs practicing, getting some footwork in, and then finish with Jalen Reagor and some cone drill catches. Let's get into the tape. Yeah, you got it. Let's start with the special teams. Jalen Reagor, Adrian Killins, it was just touch. You don't want no one to get hurt, but it's good to see that Darren Sproles is out there with these guys, talking to them, getting them ready. Adrian Killins was one guy. Jalen Reagor was another guy. John Hightower was there. And there was one more I'm not sure of. But it's cool to see Adrian Killins is going to get a shot. They also talked about using him in the slot. Now, I didn't get no footage of that, but that could have been interesting. Like I said, 26 days. We got to make sure we get from 80 to 53. It's going to be tough, but I believe Doug and the coaching staff is doing everything in their power to give everybody a clear shot. Now let's switch to the secondary because they had a huge day. They were the main reason why the defense won day 2. Let's start with Kevon Wallace, who picked off rookie Jalen Hurts, Jalen Mills, who picked off Carson Wentz. We saw Nathan Gary get a pick. It wasn't Carson Wentz's fault. It went right through Corey Clement's hands. And oh, by the way, he was the other guy returning kicks, I just remembered. But the ball went through Corey Clement's hand right to Nathan Gary. But Nathan Gary has a knack at being at the right spot because of his safety background. We all know how he is when it comes to tackling. As for the secondary in general, it looked good. A couple deflections. Big play Slay had a deflection. No picks for him, but he's coming around. Avonte Maddox is going to be our starting 2 corner. I mean, look, day 1 and day 2, there have not been no competitions. It's been Darius Slay on one side and Avonte Maddox on the other side. So that was a big question in the offseason, and it looks like it's answered. Sidney Jones struggled a little bit today, but there's still time for him to improve. But I do believe Avonte Maddox is going to get the second cornerback. Another question we had was linebacker and who would be the starting 3 linebackers when we play base. We don't play much base, so really we're only going to keep 2 out there for the majority of the time. And the 2 that's been there, day 1 and day 2, have been TJ Edwards and Nathan Gary. I will say this, Sean Bradley today had a huge hit on Deontay Burnett, one of the practice squad receivers that we used last year, and everybody on the sidelines ran on the field to say, yo, 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 and Doug had to pull his mask off and say, get off the field, because we're still practicing. But you know, if the people on the sidelines are running to the field, it had to be a banger. So it's good to see out of Sean Bradley. However, the guys out there for the next couple days most likely will be starting week 1 because, like I said, second day of camp and we only have 26 more days. That is unthinkable, but it's everybody's job to get their team ready in the next 26 days. As for Carson Wentz, today he struggled a little bit. The beat reporters were reporting that he missed Quez Watkins on a deep ball just by a little bit, but it is good to see. Day 1, Carson's going out there and targeting Quez Watkins. Day 2, he's still throwing to Quez Watkins. We really might have something special there. He also starting to get a good rapport with Jalen Reagor, still hitting Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert like the normal, but he was a little far, a little high today. He had one play in the red zone where he just took his helmet off and threw it down. Now, we don't normally see that of Carson, but again, hitting the weight room in the off season, you know, really trying to get 2020 right. It's good to see as a leader, when he does bad, he takes himself and holds himself accountable. He's normally composed, well put together, but hey, it's August 18th, and this is only day 2 of practice. Everybody got a little built-in frustration, so it's good to see Carson get it out. But don't worry about him. He's going to be able to do what he needs to do on the field. He's the least of my concerns. And after the display of frustration, before everything was said and done, Carson did finish on a high note, threw a pass to John Hightower for a touchdown that fell right in the breadbasket. And the pick that was thrown to Jalen Mills, it really wasn't Carson Wentz. According to the beat reporter, they said that Jalen Mills just made an amazing play on the ball. But it's good to see Carson finish on a high note after struggling. But it's good to see these secondaries get their hand on the ball, because last year we had our hands on a lot of balls, but we did not come down with them. And that's one thing I want to see, takeaways from the defense to give the ball back to Carson Wentz in the offense. On that note, let me know all your thoughts in the comment sections. How did you feel about the defense stepping up? What do you think about Adrian Killins getting some kick return reps and possibly being used in the slot? Let me know all your thoughts on day 2, and what do you want to see about day 3? Until next time, you know what time it is. We out.